Hi everyone. Why am I doing this video? Well, when I was in high school, just a little bit ago, my math teacher said to me, "You should be an engineer." And I thought in my head, why would I want to be an engineer? Why would I want to be driving trains? Obviously, I had no idea what an engineer was. I want to take you through my journey. My name is Rebeca Ramirez, and I am an electrical engineer by degree from UC Davis, and my profession is I'm a program engineering manager. I was born in a small village in Mexico, in the state of Guanajuato. My father brought us to El Norte because of the opportunities. In junior high, I wasn't serious about school. I skipped school and any opportunity I got. I didn't speak English very well. I didn't really like school. One of my brothers, who's also one of my biggest mentors, he realized my grades were not so hot. As a matter of fact, my grades were pretty bad. And he sat me down and he really let me have it. It really hit me when he said, "You don't like to be bossed around. You hate it when mom tells you to wash the dishes. You don't like it when dad tells you to go and clean everything up. And every summer when we go and pick the prunes in those hot days and we're out there picking prunes, you're crying. So think about it. What choices are you giving yourself?" And that's when it hit me. What choices was I giving myself? It really scared me because I didn't realize that I had choices. I didn't realize that I wasn't giving myself any choices. And in high school, I decided I'm going to do better. I'm really going to open up these choices. And my math teacher, he too was one of my greatest mentors because I was doing okay in math and in science. Honestly, I wasn't ready for what was ahead of me. When I was in high school and my teacher said, "You should be an engineer," and I thought in my head, what the heck? No, I don't want to be driving trains. Hewlett-Packard was a new company in Santa Rosa, and at the time they were hiring high school interns. All the physics students jumped on a bus and headed over to the HP to go check it out. I was in physics, not because I thought that was the way to go, because my math teacher and my brother and my counselor, they all said, "You do well in math, you should be in physics." So there I go, went to physics. And when we all jumped in that bus, it was very intimidating. I had no idea what was ahead of me. We went to Hewlett-Packard and we walked in these huge buildings, and I had no idea what all that equipment did, much less how it worked. I saw hundreds of people manufacturing and testing this equipment. It was really overwhelming, honestly. And at the end of the day, we took a test. There was about 300 students from all over Sonoma County, and the top 10 scores would receive an HP calculator. In those days, that was a huge thing to get. It's just like getting a really great network these days. And some of us didn't do so well. And I'm not trying to age myself, but in those days, a calculator, when you're still using a slide ruler, it was pretty big. It was pretty big. Needless to say, I did not win a calculator. I would not know how to use one anyways. It really didn't matter to me. And they also handed out applications for internships. And I really wasn't interested. My best friend at the time was also a great mentor to me. She insisted we apply. I was quite hesitant of the whole thing. It was really scary. They would never hire me. Now, she won a calculator. Obviously, she knew what they were doing. And at the time, I already had a job. I was working for Arctic Circle. It was one of the local burger joints. And I was making about $3.69 an hour. And at the time, that was pretty good, decent money for someone in high school. Why would I need a second summer job? I was already not picking prunes, which was an accomplishment in itself. And I made enough money. Well, she was quite insistent. And she even volunteered her dad to drive us from Healdsburg to Santa Rosa in the event we got a job. So I applied. What the heck? Make my best friend happy. 2 weeks later came a letter that would really change my life. I am truly blessed for such events. The letter offered me an internship. And at the time, I was focused on one thing: the pay. It's like, wow. The pay was really important to me. How wrong was I? They offered me $6.35 an hour. What I didn't realize at the time is that what they offered me was a plan to change my life. This was the letter that gave me the choices. Why do I get emotional? Because my life would have been quite different. And I am truly blessed. So I started working at Hewlett Packard. And during my senior year, I was going to apply to colleges. And in the fall, I was an experience that left me longing for more. So I went to work for Hewlett Packard. And it was incredible. The internships, the mentors that I got, the learnings that I got. By the end of the summer, I was sold. And I was going to be an engineer. I applied to UC Davis, and I got accepted. My freshman year at UC Davis went without a hitch. Everything was going great. My grades were good. I was understanding what I was doing. I was part of the student body. Everything just seemed to be going great. But then in my sophomore year, I fell in love. And I thought, well, this is great. I fell in love with someone that wanted family, someone that I thought valued the same things that I did. And unfortunately, he did not value education. He didn't have an older brother to convince him to go to college. But love can lead you to irrational decisions, for sure. And in my sophomore year of UC Davis, I dropped out. I planned a wedding and had a child. We were both working so hard. We both loved cooking. We had a great life, I thought. We were both young. We opened up a restaurant and life was good. But it really, really can take you through some choices that you go, wow, what happened there? We had 2 children after that, so a total of 3 children, and life was hard. The restaurant business was pretty good. It was making a decent living. But my husband, at that time, he reconsidered the family life. He decided to leave, and I was left with 3 small children, no education, a boatload of bills, and 3 little babies that I had to lead in life. I sold the business and I called Hewlett Packard again. I went back to HP and I was pretty excited because I was like, well, here I am back. And when I got my first paycheck, my pay was so low. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why they were paying me so little. My manager sat me down and he gave it to me straight. HP was investing in me when they hired me as an intern. The pay was the ticket to investment. I dropped out of college. I had no degree, and my manager said, unless you go back to school, your pay will continue to reflect that path. I was mad. I was furious. How can I be doing the same job for less pay just because I wasn't going to school? Made absolutely no sense to me at the time. I got my feet and lived paycheck to paycheck. Again, my focus was my pay. HP will always be dear to my heart. The encouragement I got from my peers to go back to school really made me think. 3 years later, after many talks with my peers and my manager, I made the difficult decision. I went back to school. I went back to UCD and I earned my BSEE. At the time, HP promised me a position, and the rest is history. I feel very blessed for all my mentors who helped me through the journey, and for HP who believed in me. I have been in this field for several decades. Yes, decades. My decision to go into program management was simple. I do like to plan, organize, and solve problems. I have worked for several companies after HP. I am currently a Medtronic. The medical industry is very different than the communications industry. But every day I learn. Every day I give myself choices. And every day is a blessing. What is my goal? To be one of the greatest mentors to students. I value time with my family, and I know that cash is not a necessity, but a tool that allows me to live the life I choose and to be able to help others. So with you, I leave a couple of lessons. Give yourself choices. Allow yourself to learn and help others, mentor others, and really apply your learnings and be kind to each other. Thank you.